unification, right? I know we last talked Big Bro first to Tank, right? And then, or is it
whoever? I told Tank. Tank know what's up. You know what I mean? He know what he up against when he fights Shakur or Keyshawn. You know what I mean? He want to fight these guys that everybody in the world know they ain't gonna give him no fight. They not mentally there. You know what I mean? They might have a little skills here and there, but mentally wise, they not gonna be able to keep it up that whole fight. And them two guys right there, you know what I mean, is going to be the ones that, give him his first L.
What happens if a third fighter tries to ruin the event while the biggest star in the sport and the deadliest boxer are standing next to each other? This isn't just another press. ONF Canelo Alvarez and Terrence "Bud" Crawford met at a well-known news event. Two greats from different generations showed respect for each other in this way. But when Gervonta Tank Davis showed up out of the blue, things quickly got worse. Crawford didn't keep quiet. Tank was told straight out, "You made a mistake." And believe me, Terrence Crawford's words mean something. That's a problem. Let's look at what happened at this news conference in more detail. The reason why Crawford thinks Tanks go too far.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
That's the setup. Then, Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez were holding a press meeting to get people excited about the idea of a possible super fight. Think about it. Imagine that the Omaha expert who has never lost a fight goes up against the Mexican king of boxing, pound for pound. A fight like this would have been unthinkable just a few years ago, but it's now a fact that needs to be thought about. There were a lot of reporters in the room, and their cameras were flashing. Crawford loved all the attention. Crawford usually let his hands do the talking, but this time it was different. But then Gervonta Davis shows up out of the blue.
How could you convince fans that he can beat Canelo?
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. He's a good fighter. Yeah. But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than the bigger fighters because they're smaller, they know how to move and stuff like that. But this guy is great at what he do. And another thing, bro.
At first, Tank was thought to be only there to watch. But it was clear that Tank wasn't acting randomly when he started to gesture, sneer at the cameras, say things to Crawford's group, and basically drain the presser's energy. Tank wanted to make noise.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including Will, win. Fuck.
Tank, question for you.
You're a proud father.
People who saw what happened said Tank shocked Crawford. After Crawford took a break, Tank slid in to try to make an impact. There were no cameras in that hallway, but people who were there said it was tense. Let's tell the truth. Things have been getting tense for a while. Tank has been giving away hints for months now, making it look like he could easily beat anyone, even the best players at 147. When fans started to yell Crawford's name, Tank didn't back down. Instead, he gave in to the pressure.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
The kind of person Crawford wasn't going to ignore that. When Tank's name came up in conversation, he responded right away by pointing out that Tank's CV was not good enough. Crawford thought that Tank hadn't shared the ring with anyone even close to his level. That is where the fire started.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
There ain't no catch weight.
You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right.
I'll welcome him.
The next night was the Ring Magazine Gala, which changed everything. Crawford was the star, but Tank wasn't invited. When reporters asked Crawford about Tank's departure, Crawford didn't hold back. At that point, the jokey jabs turned into hard hits. Tank is now ready to go into the ring with the big man. However, let's face facts. Carter Crawford is a lot bigger than Tank Davis.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
In taking on Canelo, Crawford is already taking on a big job, so keep that in mind. Crawford is taking a huge risk by fighting someone much bigger and stronger than him, who could hurt him. So far, Tank's efforts to join that conversation seems like it would be a bad match.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
You need to be big to box. Those pounds are very important at the top level, but not in every fight. Tank is giving up too much to fight Crawford, let alone Canelo, but Crawford's speed and skill could help him stay alive.
Dan Rafael kind of made a great point when talking about sizes, because he said if you look at them two together now, they look the same size. He said people have got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package, it's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. So, and it was good. It was a very good point. He was like, Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the better part of a decade.
Basically,
he's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, he's trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled,
just literally shaking it off.
Yeah.
You can take Terence Crawford shots.
100%.
Crawford stands out because he doesn't take part in fake beef. Floyd is not him. His name isn't Ryan Garcia. He doesn't make up stories for hits. So, when Crawford looked Tank in the eye and said, "You messed up," it wasn't just for show. It wasn't a show. It felt close.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Remember that Crawford is a man who grew up fighting in the streets of Omaha. He has beat every opponent they have put up against him, been shot at, and been ruled out. He warns people based on his many years of experience.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass. Like
yes,
that.
man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majimov.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about now.
We can't forget how important Canelo Alvarez's work was. They planned for this news conference to be their act. They were the stars. But as soon as Tank walked in, the stories all changed. People were no longer talking about Canelo versus Crawford on social media. Tank and Crawford were having a fight. We know one thing about Canelo. He doesn't like being in the spotlight with other people.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Rashid told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't f with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off. Yeah. So it's gonna be.
Don't forget who won the argument between Tank and Bud. John Terence Crawford. It all comes down to Tank versus Roach. It wasn't just a bad night when Lamont Roach beat Gervonta Davis. The whole world of fighting was turned upside down.
Really in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
9 rounds were what made the difference. The whole crowd went crazy when Roach caught Tank sliding and gave him a clean combo. Fans stood up and dropped their jaws when they realized they were seeing something they could never have imagined. The call should have been a big one. Roach gave Hank a clean clip. When the ref's glove hit the ground, he waved it away. The crowd knew what was really going on, though. Tank had done more work, was hungry, and was smarter than Roach. It was right for him to win. Without waiting, Terence Crawford took control of the situation. Bud thought that Roach had been cheated, that the knockout was real, and that Tank had been caught on live TV. He poked fun at Tank a few times and basically said that he was overrated and not doing his job. What's worse, Tank can't return the clap. After seeing what happened, the boxing community is not behind him. They're not happy with him.
I could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
His name just took one of the worst hits of his career. This may be the reason why a fight with Bud isn't just a PR stunt any longer. It's important. Not long ago, Gervonta Tank Davis was thought to be the most dangerous boxer. People didn't want to smoke with him. Now, though, the story feels different.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in. Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. Yeah, he was doing that a lot. And he got to be careful of that. 2 fights ago, he was really doing that. You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
Tank is talking about Jake Paul fights and show money events instead of going after the most feared people in his group. Fans can't help but feel that the dangerous drive, the hunger, has lessened, even though the bag is huge. He seems more focused on getting power and making quick cash than on leaving a legacy, which seemed like it was meant to be his. That's really what's wrong here, to be honest. Tank no longer just stares at enemies to scare them. He seems busy, mentally worn out, and almost uninterested in the sport that helped shape him.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offer, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
He no longer seems as scary as he did when he was Tank. History won't remember him as the monster he used to be if he keeps fighting on YouTube instead of with real people like Shakur or Crawford. Almost like a boxer who cashed out too soon. Tank shouldn't go after Crawford if he really wants to keep what's left of his reputation alive. There is Shakur Stevenson here. Tank's weight class opponent, Shakur, has never lost and is known for how well he fights. This is the fight that fans want to see the most right now.
If there's a gun to your head, when are we going to see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one
bad. Like, if we were like going to be for real about it, like,
keep it honest. What's the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's like,
you're going to get it on.
If Tank beat Shakur, he would get his image back and show that he still deserves to be at the top. By avoiding that fight and criticizing more well-known people like Crawford. Instead, he gives the idea that he is running away from the trouble in his division.
Tank is the face of boxing, and he get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different ability. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good, like punches come my way, I know how to get away from them
Right.
at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter, but
Yeah.
I'm special in my own right too.
That's the end of today's movie. To make sure you don't miss any of our next movies, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like if you liked it. Also, don't forget to leave a message with your thoughts. Stay tuned for the next one.